Hello, welcome to a new video. My name is Aylin and I have been a practice nurse for 2 years, and today I'm here to talk to you about the main challenges in general practice nursing. So general practice nurses work in a team of primary care. These may include doctors, dietitians, district nurses, physician associates, physiotherapists, mental health therapists, and pharmacists. So practice nurses take on a lot of things in primary care. A practice nurse will be involved in every aspect of the patient care and treatment, and their skills may vary. They take on a lot of skills such as smears, contraception, women's health, men's health, immunisations, baby immunisations, travel, elderly care, wound care and dressings, long-term conditions, ECGs, hypertension, and blood pressure monitoring. So the first challenge that I wanted to talk to you about is the time. Time is so important in primary care. You do not ever get enough time in your appointments to see patients. If you're really lucky, you could have that for every single patient, depending on where you work and how you work. However, the average time for an appointment in primary care is about 10-15 minutes if you're lucky, and I think that's not a lot of time to get stuff done for a patient. So if someone comes in for a wound dressing and they've only got 15-minute appointments, then that could be very challenging. Some areas only do 10-minute appointments, and I don't think that's enough or even safe to see patients within that time frame. The second challenge I wanted to talk about, skills. So learning a new skill, especially for a newly qualified nurse, can be very challenging, especially when you have short staff in primary care, and that also complements the fact that there's not enough mentors to teach these new nurses these skills. Primary care and secondary care is very different. So in primary care, when you become a practice nurse, you have to undertake a smear course. Sometimes you have to do a general practice nursing, fundamental of general practice nursing course, one that covers all the skills that you need to be a practice nurse. For example, these might include smears, childhood immunisations, and contraception. So when you go into practice nursing, it's great if you have that experience in these skills, and it's great if you have that background. However, there's always going to be that one skill that you don't have experience in, and so you need to undertake some supervision to learn that skill. And I think that can be a very big challenge for a new nurse coming into primary care. The third thing that I wanted to talk about, and I think this is a very big challenge and an issue among all the other nursing professions, salaries. So if you're a practice nurse, you do not work under the agenda for change. Hence, you need to negotiate your salary upon taking that role. And some nurses may feel their salary does not reflect the demands of their role. I feel that the salary is a big issue, especially in the present time. We have the strike actions going on to support fair pay for nursing. And I think in primary care, especially if you haven't done it before, it can be very difficult for someone to go ahead and negotiate their pay with their manager when they're taking on that new job. The next challenge I want to talk about is the staff and mentoring and the training as well. Now, coming into primary care, as I briefly mentioned, you do need to take on some courses in order to meet those skills that you need to do in primary care. You have to be under a contract in order to take on that training. So for example, when I was doing my training in general practice nursing, I had to be under a contract under that role in order to do this university course. So one day a week I would go to university on, I think it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday if I recall correctly, and the other days I had to work in the GP in order to meet those competencies and practice. I think another challenge, when I speak to newly qualified nurses, they message me about they're finding it very, very challenging to get an interview even, or go and see some practices because they're very, either they don't respond or they don't need a new nurse. And I think that is also a challenge if you want to become a practice nurse. But I feel like primary care as well is very much evolving, and it is a very, very rewarding career if you want to go into it. And I find it's becoming an attractive career choice. You do not need experience to go into primary care. You just apply and you sell yourself in the interview. Some practices are willing to take on new nurses now who have never had experience in general practice, and they are willing to put you on training in order to build your skills up to meet that role's criteria. And this could be through either university or learning on the job if you're very lucky and you have a mentor who can teach you. All in all, I think general practice nursing is a very rewarding career. The variety you learn every day, you learn something new every single day. Work-life balance is very, very good. I work part-time 3 days a week, and I feel like I have more time for myself now to do other things and explore my other options in my free time. And to be honest, there are challenges in every single role. Highlighting the importance of the challenges in general practice nursing is kind of like getting it off your chest, so you know what you're expecting if you do want to apply. The most important thing is your happiness. In general practice nursing, you have the opportunity to grow, and one of my other favourite things in this role is the fact that I can follow through patient journey. So you see patients from when they're born up to when they're elderly. I love that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. My Instagram is Nursing with Aylin. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching and for your time. Bye.
I work in one of the London hospitals. Today my topic is on mental health. Mental health is a very important topic. As much as we advise others about keeping mental health, how to cope with mental health, us as workers also need to take that into consideration.